From as far back as I can remember, I've been an avid outdoor runner. One summer evening, around 6 p.m., after finishing a light dinner, I decided to embark on my regular run. The route was familiar, starting with neighborhood sidewalks for about a half-mile, then passing through a gate into the forest for another 2 miles. The forest offered 2 paths, one paved and one unpaved, with the latter being more scenic. I typically took the unpaved path on the way in and the paved path on the way back. These hidden paths were known only to a few, making encounters with others rare, except for the occasional dog walker. But one night, things took an unsettling turn. As I delved into the forest, enjoying the solitude, a notification echoed from my phone. Not a text, but an airdrop notification. Panic set in as I realized someone must be close enough to send it. Trying to play it cool, I continued running for a few seconds before stopping to change my music. Secretly, I pulled out my phone to check the notification, and my heart sank. A Snapchat picture showed me mid-run, with the caption, "Come back." The photo was taken just moments ago, and it seemed like the person was hiding in the bushes. Swiftly, I resumed running as fast as I could, forced to take the long way out of the forest and back to my neighborhood. Amidst the run, I started hearing rustling and footsteps behind me, but I resisted the urge to look back, knowing it could slow me down. Finally reaching the forest edge, I darted through backyards to lose my pursuer. It worked, and the last sound I heard was metal hitting metal, hinting at a potential weapon. I never saw the person's face, and I still don't know their motives. That night, I decided never to run in that forest again, and I promptly turned off my phone's airdrop feature. Since that unsettling incident, my running habits have changed. I stick to well-populated areas, inform someone of my running route and return time, and prioritize safety. The memory of that night lingers, creating a sense of unease during my runs, but I refuse to let fear control me. Running is my passion, my escape, and I won't let one terrifying encounter ruin it. Over time, the memory becomes less vivid, but the lessons learned remain etched in my mind. I've become more cautious, joined running groups for added safety, and carry a small personal alarm and pepper spray. It's all about balancing the love for running with mindful risk-taking, ensuring that I can enjoy my passion while taking necessary precautions. So like one night, I'm walking home from my friend's place, right? It's all dark and quiet, and the street lights are flickering. I get this weird feeling like someone's watching me, but I just shake it off and keep walking. So, I turn onto this deserted street, and I hear footsteps behind me. I figure it's just my imagination playing tricks on me, but the footsteps keep getting louder. I start walking faster, but the footsteps match my pace. Now, I'm getting freaked out. I try to tell myself it's no big deal. Maybe someone's just heading in the same direction, but deep down, I know something's off. I decide to take a shortcut through this alley to see if I can lose him. As I'm walking through the alley, I hear the footsteps speed up, and I start jogging. My heart's racing now, and I can feel the fear crawling up my spine. I turn around, and I catch a glimpse of the shadowy figure, just a dark silhouette, following me. I break into a full-on run, not looking back. I can hear the footsteps chasing me, getting closer. Panic sets in, and I can't shake the feeling that I'm being hunted. I reach my front door, fumble with my keys, and practically dive inside. I slam the door shut, locking it like my life depends on it. I peek through the blinds, and there's no one in sight. But I'm shaking, sweating, and trying to make sense of what just happened. Next day, I tell my buddy about it. He laughs it off, saying I'm paranoid. But that night, as I'm heading home again, that eerie feeling comes back. I can't shake it, like someone's breathing down my neck. This time, I decide to take a different route, switching up my usual path. I walk faster, checking behind me every few steps. But there it is, those footsteps, steady and determined. I feel a chill run down my spine, and I pick up the pace. I turn another corner, and suddenly, the footsteps vanish. I'm standing there, catching my breath, wondering if I shook him off. But just when I start feeling relieved, I hear a low whisper right behind me, sending shivers down my spine. "Come back," the voice says. My heart skips a beat, and I break into a sprint. I don't care where I'm going, I just need to get away from that voice. I can feel it getting closer, the words repeating, like a twisted mantra. I reach my doorstep, slam the door, and collapse inside. This time, I'm sure, someone's messing with me. But who? And why? I lock all my doors, shut all my curtains, and try to make sense of this nightmare. Days go by, and I'm a wreck. I can't sleep, can't focus, and every shadow feels like it's watching me. I start seeing things out of the corner of my eye, fleeting glimpses of that shadowy figure. It's like they're haunting me, playing mind games. One night, as I'm lying in bed, I hear a soft tap on my window. I freeze, dread crawling up my spine. I slowly turn to look, and there it is, a face, pale and distorted, staring right at me. The same voice whispers, "Come back." I can't take it anymore. I bolt out of bed, grabbing my keys, and rush out into the night. I don't stop running till I reach the police station. I spill out the whole story, breathless and terrified. They search around, but there's no trace of anyone. No footsteps, no shadowy figure, no distorted face. They tell me it might be stress or paranoia, but I know what I felt. I know I was being followed. Now, every night, I'm on edge. I moved to a new place, changed my routine, but that eerie feeling lingers. I keep hearing whispers in the wind, catching glimpses of shadows. I don't know if it's real or if I'm losing my mind, but one thing's for sure, I'm never walking alone at night again. One gloomy evening, I left the late shift at work, tired and eager to get home. The city was quieter than usual, and the dim streetlights cast long, ominous shadows. I quickened my pace, the echoes of my footsteps amplifying the eerie silence. As I walked, I noticed a distant figure standing under a flickering street lamp. It was a clown, painted face obscured by the shadows of its oversized, brightly colored hat. A chill ran down my spine, but I dismissed it as a street performer lingering after entertaining the passers-by. I turned onto a less-traveled street, hoping to avoid any unexpected encounters. However, when I glanced over my shoulder, that clown was there, hauntingly close. My heart skipped a beat as I increased my pace, telling myself it was just a coincidence. But every time I looked back, there it was, the painted smile beneath the colorful wig seemingly growing wider. Attempting to shake off the paranoia, I changed directions, opting for a shortcut through a poorly lit alley. The footsteps behind me quickened, echoing off the narrow walls. Panic set in as I broke into a run, the clown matching my pace effortlessly. Its painted face was now unmistakably sinister, and the unnatural grin seemed to stretch from ear to ear. I reached my front door, breathless and terrified. Slamming it shut, I locked it frantically, my eyes fixed on the peephole. The clown lingered on the other side of the door, painted face pressing against the frosted glass, a grotesque parody of a smile sending shivers down my spine. I fumbled for my phone, hands trembling as I dialed the police. I could still hear the faint laughter of the clown outside my door. The dispatcher assured me they would send someone right away, but the laughter continued, growing louder with each passing moment. Peeking through the blinds, I saw the clown dancing in the dim light, its painted face pressed against the window. It knew I was watching, and its laughter turned into a low, guttural growl. I recoiled in horror, feeling a wave of terror wash over me. Desperation took hold as I realized there was no escape. I considered making a run for it through the back door, but the clown seemed to anticipate my every move. It tapped on the window, sending a shiver down my spine. The sound was a mockery, a twisted invitation to join the nightmarish dance it had choreographed. As the police sirens wailed in the distance, the clown turned and disappeared into the darkness. The laughter lingered, haunting the corners of my mind. When the police arrived, there was no trace of the clown. They assured me they would patrol the area, but I couldn't shake the feeling that those painted eyes were still watching me from the shadows. From that night on, every flickering street lamp, every distant laugh, sends a shiver down my spine. The memory of the relentless pursuit by that nightmarish clown remains etched in my mind, a chilling reminder that some terrors don't fade with the sunrise.